Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and Will Smith is back, and back as a questionable man, I would say. Um, he making a lot of excuses, and will most likely go over the video because it's interesting. Of course, I'm not really a fan of this man, considering he's being acting like a true actual beta, and we all know why he slapped Chris Rock. Let's get right into the article. Will Smith posts emotional apology video for Oscar slap, says Chris Rock is not ready to speak with him. Will Smith has opened up about the ongoing controversy surrounding his assault of Chris Rock at this year's Academy Awards, offering up his most unvarnished thoughts about an altercation that has marred his public image. Yeah, but which he did himself. In an emotional YouTube post, emotional. Right. And by the way, why are you crying? By the way, stop crying. Let's start with that. Stop crying. Be a man. Own up to your actual issues. Don't make excuses for yourself. Own up to them. Smith addressed why he didn't apologize to Rock when he accepted a Best Actor prize for his work in King Richard shortly after he charged the stage and slapped the comic for making a joke about his wife, Jada Pinkett Smith's short haircut. It's all fuzzy, Smith says. I've reached out to Chris, and the message that came back, he's not ready to talk, and when he is, he will reach out. I don't think he's ever going to talk to Will Smith, honestly. If anything, it might be a lawsuit in the foreseeable future, so who knows? Don't know if that's actually going to be the case or not, but could happen. Smith once again reiterated that he was sorry for his actions, calling his behavior unacceptable. Actor has said he responded violently because Rock's jokes reference the hair loss that Pinkett Smith suffers because of her alopecia. It's a struggle that Pinkett Smith has publicly addressed in the past, which she doesn't seem to be really all that affected by it, for the most part, from what I'm seeing. So, I mean, yeah. There's no part of me that thinks that was the right way to behave in that moment, which it wasn't. It was a very bad move. Will Smith, who sighs deeply at points and seems to be fighting back tears, says in the video, Stop crying! Stop crying! Just stop crying. Alright? Stop crying. There's no part of me that thinks that the optimal way to handle a feeling of disrespect or insults. Smith also addressed questions about whether or not Pinkett Smith, who was seen on camera rolling her eyes at Rock's jokes, comparing her buzz cut to one of the Demi Moore sports and Jai Jang, had urged him to charge the stage. The actor said his wife said nothing to spur on him to insult Rock. Yeah, because we seen Will Smith laugh about the whole incident. And then after he was laughing about the whole incident, I'm pretty sure the wife, Jada, whispered sweet, great nothings into his ear, and then Will Smith proceeded to arrive in anger and attack Chris Rock over a joke. Yeah. It's like, I made a choice on my own, from my own experiences, from my history with Chris. Smith says, Jada had nothing to do with it. I'm sorry, babe. I wanted to say sorry to my kids and my family for the heat that I brought on all of us. Yeah, why are you apologizing to your wife, by the way? From what I'm seeing, your wife is a terrible human being that actually has no respect for you, and I don't know why I have to continue being an absolute complete simp over that whole fact, and you should honestly divorce her because she obviously doesn't give two craps about you or anything that you do. And, well, she really controlled you in that situation, Smith. Really controlled you. There had been a speculation that Smith would open up about the fallout surrounding the Rock slap in a sit-down interview with a high-profile journalist like Oprah Winfrey, but instead the actor has opted to use social media to directly address his fans in the wake of the slap. I'm not sure about his fans, considering they're gonna be, I don't know. I'm definitely not a fan of him anymore, and he showed that his real simpery is above beyond anything that we could probably fathom. From the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, the group behind the Oscars, and offered a statement of contrition, but as otherwise maintained a low profile. Rock recently broke his silence during a stand-up show in New Jersey on July 4th. Anyone who says words hurt has never been punched in the face, wrote Jock, according to US Weekly. He went on to say he wasn't a victim, joking, yeah, that shit hurt, but sure, but let me reiterate, ladies and gentlemen. He went on to say he wasn't a victim, joking, yeah, that shit hurt, motherfucker, but I shook that shit off and went to work the next day. I don't go to the hospital for a paper cut. Fair enough. An Oscars night, Smith assaulted Rock moments before the award for Best Documentary was about to be presented to Summer of Soul director Amir Questlove Thompson. The shock response to the incident overshadowed Thompson's time at the podium. To all my fellow nominees, you know this is a community. It's like I won because you voted for me, Smith says in the video, and it really breaks my heart to have stolen and tarnished your moment. I can still see Questlove's eyes. You know, it happened on Questlove's award, and you know, it's like, I'm sorry, it really isn't sufficient. I really don't care about the Oscars or anything that Hollywood does because it just shows that these people are above the law, because if this happened to anybody else, they would immediately be attacked for it. So, I mean, there you go. They would be arrested and then put in jail. That's pretty much what it is, because it is assault. So, Smith ultimately closed the video with a pledge to learn from his mistakes. I knew it was confusing, I know it was shocking, he says, but I promise you I'm deeply devoted and committed to putting light, love, and joy into the world. And you know, if you hang on, I promise we'll be able to be friends again. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. And also, too, Jada Pinkett Smith is honestly a terrible human being. I don't like her, and the things that she's done to Will Smith is honestly quite terrible, and she's not worth any of his time, or any man's time for that matter. She's just a terrible human being. But we could watch some of this video because it's kind of a little eye-opening.
Mm-hmm.
You got great sigh. Not sure why the sigh's there. Another great one. Good job.
Why didn't you apologize to Chris in your acceptance speech? I was fogged out by that point. It's all fuzzy. I've reached out to Chris, and the message that came back is that he's not ready to talk, and when he is, he will reach out.
You know, one thing that I know about apologies is that they seem and feel way more sincere when you don't have such a huge production team that's involved. You're obviously not writing something to portray your actual apology, and it's coming straight from the heart rather than, you know, having an actual having a production team do this, or having something written so you know you can do the apology. I think it's stupid that you have something like that. Apologies should be more honest, and doesn't feel very honest. It just feels like he's forced to do this rather than him actually wanting to apologize.
So I will say to you, Chris, I apologize to you. My behavior was unacceptable, and I'm here whenever you're ready to talk.
Like behavior, let's be honest here.
I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I saw an interview that Chris's mother did, and you know, that was one of the things about that moment. I just didn't realize, and you know, I wasn't thinking, but how many people got hurt in that moment. So I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I want to apologize to Chris's family, specifically Tony Rock. You know, we had a great relationship. You know, Tony Rock was my man. And this is probably irreparable.
Yeah, and it's most likely irreparable. And on top of that, you're still sipping for your actual wife, which is a huge problem because she is the catalyst of all your downfall and mental trauma. And you keep on trying to cater like a lust puppy dog when you should have been cut from your life from the get-go because she's a terrible human being. But I digress. Keep living in your delusions.
I spent the last 3 months replaying and understanding the nuances and the complexities of what happened in that moment. And I'm not going to try to unpack all of that right now, but I can say to all of you, there is no part of me that thinks that was the right way to behave in that moment. There's no part of me that thinks that's the optimal way to handle a feeling of disrespect or insults.
While you're reading something across the way, yeah, feels very sincere, all right.
After Jada rolled her eyes, did she tell you to do something? No.
Yes, she did. We all know she did because she rolled her eyes, and then while you were laughing at the joke, you completely did a 180 and went into simp mode. So yeah, that's wrong.
It's like, I made a choice on my own, from my own experiences, from my
Stop
history
crying.
with Chris.
Stop trying to cry.
Jada had
Stop
nothing
it.
to do with it. I'm sorry, babe. I'm going to say sorry to my kids and my family for the heat that I brought on all of us. To all my fellow nominees, this is a community. It's like I won because you voted for me, and it really breaks my heart to have stolen and tarnished your moment.
Yeah, due to your simp-like behavior, but it's okay because you were not arrested. No real punishment has been handed down upon you. You're completely fine, and you'll continue to be making movies and millions of dollars. So it doesn't really matter. There was no actual punishment being laid against you. So I don't even think you've been sued yet. So I mean, as far as we know. So I mean, I digress.
I can still see Questlove's eyes. It happened on Questlove's award, and it's like I'm sorry really isn't sufficient.
It will never be sufficient, and it will never be sufficient for the rest of us that see your simp-like behavior. And you know what? That's what you have to live with. All right, guys. That's really it for the video. It's just disgusting to watch. I mean, I can't feel sincere when he has this big of a production team and then him actually actively looking like he's reading something. It's really hard to really judge somebody as being sincere when they're doing that type of stuff. Because, if I ever did something, most of my stuff is unscripted anyways. And two, if it was going to be an apology, it would be unscripted because it feels more genuine when you do something like that. And if I do make a mess up really hard by not apologizing to the far left because I don't do that, but I did something to affect my fans or whatever, or my audience, I will make a direct apology to my audience because of what it deserves. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you next week. Take care.
Alright,
My
Jesus
bad.
fuck.
Alright. Chill. I kind of like
Okay,
the yell though.
baby. Okay, baby. Shh. Okay, baby. Okay, I'll yell at you then.